Hey, what's up guys? Rome here from Team Duel League. Just gonna do a deck profile for what I played for the sneak peek for Flames of Destruction. These right here was just kind of like showing off. I bought in 3 times, 2 at one of the card shop I used to go to, Showtime, and I pulled each kit. I pulled one of the trisbaena, which is perfect because that's a mat. And then Amazing Discoveries, I pulled the Infinite Impermanence. So pretty happy with the sneak peek. Uh, it's probably one of like the best sneak peek I've had, except for like the one where Grand Soil and that spellbook girl came out. I actually pulled that 2 secrets in one pack, but nonetheless, I'm trying to do the deck profile so I can use this as a reference, or if you guys wanted to play the deck as well, I can kind of look back, or you guys can copy the deck, make some adjustment to your playstyle or so. But yeah, like I said, it's more of a preference. So I'll play 2 Diabolos. There's really no need for the third one. You can also dump it with other cards that I play in this deck, like Dragon Shrine or so. Yeah, he's a dragon. He's also level 8, so there's a lot of synergy in the deck. He can't be targeted, and you can't tribute him. So enemy controller sucks in the mirror match. I figured that out in the hard way. But 2 is just fine. There's times where you just like really want to see him, but also at the same time you don't want to open up too many copies of him because it's just brick. 3 of the Arima, really good card. It's pretty much like the commandant of the Lair of Darkness. You discard it to get your field spell, and also you contribute a dark to either search a dark, pretty much search him, or draw a card. So that's the only Lair of Darkness monsters I play. For the Hieratic, which is the main engine, I play 3 of the Tefnut, pretty standard for Hieratic. 3 of the Sioux. This guy tributes a Hieratic from hand or field to destroy a spell or trap, so that's pretty useful. For the level 5s, which one of the level 5s, which is this guy, you can normal summon. You can copy the level of a vanilla dragon, so you can make him a level 6 or level 8. That's pretty useful. 3 Ascent and then 3 Nebteth. Same idea. You just pretty much like keep spamming out a bunch of Hieratic monster by tributing, and then you special summon the vanillas. You pretty much just spam out the board. I do play 3 of the Gebeb. Testing, in theory, I was looking for more Hieratic monsters, so I can abuse the whole tributing factor of the deck. So I play 3 Gebeb, even though Gebeb only summons the Hieratic Seal. Oh, I call it the egg. So shout out to that guy who gave me 4 of them, even though I only needed 1. It actually really helped out a lot. So Gebeb was pretty useful. I did side out 1 most of the time, but for the most part it was really useful. It's another Hieratic name. It's another tribute factor, and it's also another one that gives you a vanilla. For the vanilla, I only played 2. I did wanted to play Galaxy Serpent to make the level 7 synchro plays, but this is just really important for it's a dark, so if you tribute it using Diabolos' effect or so, it will trigger even though you don't have the field spell. It's also a level 6, so you can use it as an exceed for Atum. The level 8 part is really important. It is your Titanic Galaxy play, and it's also your the whole rank 8 play. So Destrudo, just really useful, and it's also a dark. 2 Dragard, I really like this card, but I did cut it down to 2 because it really sucks. This is really only good if you open up with Dragon Shrine, and then this card, basically dumping a vanilla monster and Diabolos, normal summoning this, and then doing all your plays. So I did cut it down to 2. It was perfect. I even set it out 1 most of the time. So and then the MVP is Darkness Metal. pretty much the entire day, except for the last round, which Manny mentioned it. It was like, why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that? I was just trying out like a different play, but the best play here is pretty much like doing Akashic Magician, or actually doing Atum, special summoning this in defense is going to be 0/0, and then you make Akashic Magician by bouncing this back. So placing it in the right column where the Akashic Magician is going to be is actually pretty important, because you're pretty much abusing this. And then 3 hash, the only hand trap that I play. For the spell, obviously the 3 searchers, the 3 foolish burial, which is Dragon Shrine. You dump the vanilla and either the Strudel, but most of the time I send Diabolos. And then obviously the 3 field spell generates the tokens in the end phase. It makes all monsters on the field dark. That's how Diabolos triggers, even though the Hieratics are lights. 2 desires, because I hated banishing the vanilla monsters, so I had to like play around that. I have to be smart playing this. I can't be reckless. So I think 2 desires is just perfectly fine here. If I can play a 3rd one, I would, but it's just desires into desires is just not good. Downbeat, this didn't really show up the entire day. In theory, I really like the idea of this card. You can downbeat level 6 Hieratic monster to the level 5, or the level 5 to the level 4. I really like the idea of it, but it didn't show up the entire day. I end up citing 1 all the time. For the Winos, Monster Reborn, Soul Charge, and Dragon's Mirror MVP. Probably like one of my favorite spells in the deck. It just summons 5-headed dragon. It's just like little kind of tech card, but it actually ended up helping. The tokens, and then I'm just gonna show you guys like the extra deck. 2 Atum. Obviously, you just make rank 6, and then you just summon him. Summon any dragon. Fun fact: you can summon Diabolos using him. And even though it's dark, even though it's 0/0, you can just tribute itself to use its like second effect. Rank 8 plays. You have Tachyon, Photon Armor, and then Dark Matter, and you also have the Galaxy Eye Cipher and the Neo. Pretty much like clearing out the board with these guys, and then attacking twice with this. This whole 5-card engine for the rank 8 play, I just feel like it's really good. And if I can make it pretty easy, why not play it? Titanic Galaxy, I mean, it's Titanic Galaxy, it's pretty good. For this sneak peek, I was playing Black Rose and Fairy Dragon. It was really good. I don't regret playing it, but I think moving forward, I might be replacing it with a Link Spider and a Cerberus, or Cerberus and a Phoenix. I just want to try out the Troy Mares version. But for this event, or for this little sneak peek, I abused the Black Rose and Ancient Fairy Dragon. Other Clock Taker, I didn't really use its effect. That's why I wanted to switch out to the Troy Mares or the Nightmares. Other Clock Taker basically became just a link monster to just have something pointing down. So this is most likely going to be replaced. But it was there. It helped with the place. Akashic Magician, another MVP. This is like the whole play with Red MD bouncing it back. Decode Talker was very useful during the finals. I was playing against True Draco, which he was targeting my monsters with the trap card, and I would just tribute Dark Matter. And even though I don't have the field spell, Dark Matter's a dark monster, so when I tributed it, it actually special summoned Diabolos from my graveyard. So this was really helpful. And even though you don't have like any play in the end phase, if you have the field spell, it will summon a bunch of tokens. So you can use that as tribute, and then you summon Diabolos. Sayuja. There's really nothing to say about Sayuja. Sayuja's a really great card. Draw 4, put 3 back. What to do? You like either drawing Soul Charge, Desires, um, Powerhouse cards. It's just, if you make this, it's, I want to say, depending on your ability, it should be like 95% game. So it says draw. And then one of just like the cheese cards, but I enjoy playing it is a 5-headed. Having like a 5,000 attack, it just it's a win more card, but it's 5-headed. And then for the side deck, I mean, these are unsleeved right now. The Consecrated Light, like I said, I was just trying to like have fun in the game. But in theory, I feel like this was actually like okay, cause in mirror match, like they can't summon their Diabolos or so, or any dark pendulum, they can't summon it. I just like this card. I use it a lot for like anything that's like hype with dark monsters. But I'm actually going to be replacing this with a dimensional barrier, something that's going to be a whole lot more helpful. So there's that. 3 Chaos Hunter. This was really helpful. I've always had it in the side, so there's nothing much to say about that. Cosmic Cyclones. 2 is fine. I mean, I break a lot with it, with like having the 3rd one, but it helped a lot with the True Draco matchup. It helped a lot with the Trickstar matchup. Magical Spring was pretty amazing. I've only seen it one time throughout like all 5 rounds. And it came up at like a perfect time. So 3 Call by the Grave and Raigeki. It's mainly like 60 cards and such. But it was helpful against ABCs. I mean, Call by the Grave is just a really good card in general. I don't think they have to explain that. And Raigeki is Raigeki. So that's just like what I decided to side. To be honest, it was just like a last minute siding. So but that's a whole deck. If you guys have any questions or so, or something you recommend to change, feel free to let me know in real life or comment anything like that. Alright, peace out.